Got ahead of myself there. Just watching a couple of little birds attacking a small school of bait fish. Perfect timing, I haven't got the rods with me. What we're going to do basically is turn around and come back in. Apologies for any camera angle problems. Half the time you'll probably be underwater and the other time you'll be looking at my left nostril, but hopefully we'll have a couple of bits of footage in the middle there somewhere. Alright, surf retrieve, very similar to the surf launch. We basically wait for the right set to come through and tail the last wave in. Now generally a set is comprised of 4 or 5 reasonable waves, depends on the way you are, and then the calm section. What we want to do is take that calm bit into the actual into the beach. So here's the first wave of our set probably. Just watch the rest of them. Waves generally decrease in size. Either the first or the second is the biggest. Then they get a little bit smaller throughout the set. So you can afford to creep in a little bit, but not too much. You really don't want to get caught in that turbulent zone if at all possible. So I'm just creeping in a tiny bit, watching the waves. Keeping out of that whitewash if possible. If you start to get worried, as I said, the beach is a bungle to turn. You can back paddle over the top of the wave. Alrighty, looking over my left shoulder, that looks to be the last of the lot. I'm basically just going to cautiously work my way in. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can do it the way we're doing it right now, which is basically front on. Alternatively, you can actually turn the yak around and paddle backwards completely. Now the advantage of that, particularly in small seas, if you're not all experienced, is if there's a wave coming towards you, rather than getting caught by it and going into shore when it's not under your direct control, you can basically paddle, reverse your direction and paddle straight over the top. In a situation like this where we've got this nice calm water in between though, it's not much of a problem. Forgive my paddling style by the way, it's more power than technique right at this point in time. And I'm constantly looking over my shoulder just to see what's actually coming for me out the back. Gives me the option of potentially turning the yak around or paddling backwards. Now waves travel at around about 18 knots. It's pretty hard to paddle that fast, but you'll be surprised how quickly you'll get picked up by one and moved along. Now I'm actually just going to turn my yak sideways a little bit and try and get over the back of this one, but get caught by one of these little waves. People will talk about putting your yak paddle into the wave. It seems a little bit strange at first, but it comes natural after a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit of paddling to catch this, and you'll notice the yak will turn, and I'm pushing my paddle into the white water to keep it stable. If I put it on that side, we're more likely to actually flip the kayak. So don't be afraid of turning sideways, that's basically what it comes down to. It's pretty natural in a yak this size. If you've got something a little bit smaller, like a Viking Demo or a surf ski or a Strala squid perhaps, probably won't have to worry about that too much. They turn on a dime. Alrighty fellas, that was a pretty simple launch and retrieve.